Sports aren't the only game in town when the Olympic Games get underway. For lots of travelers, food will be a main focus of the experience.
And since most of us aren't going to be crossing the big pond to London for front row seats, we thought we'd bring you a little taste of England.
Yeah, that you can find here in the greater Grand Rapids area. Graydon's Crossing executive chef Mike and general manager Bill Angel have some signature dishes to share. This is going to be an opportunity for some education about English food. Bill, can you start by telling us a little bit about Graydon's Crossing?
Yes, actually we opened in 2005. We're a gastro pub that features English and Indian cuisine infused. Chef Mike does a great job kind of putting everything together for us and keeping that alive here in Grand Rapids.
What is a gastro pub for those that might want to have heard it and maybe not know what that is?
Gastro pub is more of where you have your craft beers, real beer drinker. We're very focused on our beers there. Obviously we do everything else there too, but yeah, it's mostly your craft beers come in, your beer people, your foodies too. We have great food with things like that, so specialized.
Okay, so if we want to get a little taste of London and England and someone's going to come to your restaurant, what can they expect? What types of foods are high on the list?
Basically, it's real hearty foods. We tackle English and Indian fusion, and we focus around the colonial meals where we have like the shepherd's pie, which is a very hearty stew with baked potatoes on top, and then we also dabble a little bit in the Indian fusion where you get the tikka masalas. All kind of stewy, very hearty meals, things that go great with real thick beers, which goes perfect for our restaurant because we have all the beers you could ever want, and then we have that food to back it up. But basically the concept is very, very homely, you know, something comfort foods, things people are familiar with, but also slightly modified to introduce new things, new flavors. That's something we do very well.
Your menu is full of English food, and you really did a lot of study behind some of the food, and actually enlightened us a little bit as to
we've all said
food is like stolen from. Can you explain?
Yes, a lot of food in the world, a lot of cuisine in the world. You got to think everything was by travel, a lot of trade. So basically, people would go to different countries and find new things and then bring them back. That's how cuisine spread. That's how a lot of things, like the easiest example would be pasta. A lot of people think Italy right away.
Sure,
Italian.
yeah.
Its roots are from the Chinese. They've been making noodles a lot longer, and there's a lot of trade routes that would go there and bring pasta back, and then that just birthed this whole new pasta. But I mean, that's a prime example. Our tikka masala here is a good example of that. People think Indian. It's actually English colonial. It's something where they brought spices back and made it unique to them, and now it's their #1 selling dish in England. So.
Okay, very interesting. And that's what Rachel and I both said too. We said, isn't that Indian?
Yeah, and we know about the colonization and things like that, so that makes complete sense.
And that's food. That's exactly how food is too. Food travels with people. When we go and travel and look at when you guys go on vacation, you bring things back, spices, wine. Same concept.
You love it. You put your own spin on it.
Especially like the uncharted world when they were traveling, they would always bring stuff back and say, "Hey, look what I found." Think about like tomatoes and stuff like that got brought from other places. Pasta's a huge one. Rice, paprika, spices like that.
Yeah, that's wonderful. What about the beer? Real quick here, English beer is known for what? Strong.
Usually strong, yeah. Stronger, darker, exactly. Kind of goes along with the food, the heavy, like we were talking. A little bit heavier, a little darker.
Are these popular choices that you serve?
For the English, not necessarily popular for Grand Rapids, but yeah, more towards the English end, yes. Especially Boddington's, I mean, it's really well known. I think kind of anywhere you go, you'll hear that one for the most part.
That's a mainstream.
Yeah, that's a mainstream, yeah.
And you mentioned, you know, you have a huge list.
We do.
All of your
so there's lots to choose from other than the English styles, but yeah, we have over 100 bottles and 46 on tap plus a cask beer.
Okay. So for a taste of London, even if you're not going to the Olympic Games, head to Graydon's Crossing on Plainfield. You're just north of Leonard there.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, fantastic.
Wonderful.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
That's West.